happy.
That was from all the kids in the block for you, Jim.
So after opening presents for about an hour, then we'd, play with our new toys. And then my mother would say, okay, go upstairs and get out of your Dr. Denton's and get dressed. We had company coming. So we'd go upstairs and we'd get dressed. And Christmas Day, but the cousins would come. My grandmother and aunt would come back. And we'd have a big family day, which was very nice.
Did you ever see Santa Claus?
When I was young, I did. I thought I saw Santa Claus flying down the road above the trees on Houston Avenue, but I wasn't sure. But speaking of seeing, people like Santa Claus, when I was much younger, about 5, when we were living in Flushing, one night I woke up when I was only like 5 years old or 4 years old, and I saw the Easter Bunny. And that was very exciting, and he was pink and purple.
You actually saw the Easter Bunny?
I saw the Easter Bunny in our apartment in Flushing. An amazing occurrence.
Unbelievable.
So,
who was more scared, you or the Easter Bunny?
Well, I don't know. I didn't have a carrot, so I think I was more scared. So back to Christmas. We moved to Houston Avenue in 1954 in early December. So Christmas was right around the corner. So that was a very nice Christmas, although a little hectic just moving into a new house. As the years went by, Christmas was always a very jolly time. And I remember Ron's father, Frank Baumbach, came to our house one Christmas Eve. Well, actually, Christmas Eve, but it was early in the day. And he told my parents that he had finally called Santa Claus, and Santa Claus had answered. And that Santa Claus that evening was going to pay a visit to all the children on Houston Avenue. Well, as you can imagine, that was very exciting that he would bother to stop by. But Frank Baumbach was a very persuasive man.
My dad knew Santa.
It's unbelievable. So that night, we were waiting, and we heard bells, and we looked out the front door, and there was Santa Claus down the street, and he happened to be knocking on the Hayes' door. And the Hayes let him in, and Santa Claus, spent some time with the Hayes family, as he did with every family on Houston Avenue that evening. So that was really my first.
When Santa got home, I'm sure he slept really well that night.
Well, from what he said, he had to leave. He had to go straight home after Houston Avenue because Mrs. Santa Claus was preparing a big pre-flight dinner for him.
Oh, that's what it was.
Oh, yeah. He had to go eat because he had a long night. The reindeer had to rest.
I remember a lot of refreshments Santa Claus got as well along the way.
Well, it's amazing. After eating that big dinner on Christmas Eve that Mrs. Santa Claus had prepared for him, then he probably had 1 million cakes, cookies, and glasses of milk.
And rum cake.
Yeah. Amazing.
Yeah. He had a good time.
One time he had so much rum cake, he flew to the South Pole.
Thanks, Jim, for sharing the memories. We really appreciate it. And thanks for 2 of my grandchildren, Luke and Julia, for being on this show. It's always a thrill to have any of my 6 grandchildren join me on the radio. A special thanks to Paul Casone and his great song, Here's to Good Friends, which we play throughout our show. And also as well, I thank my good friend Mike for his great work in making our voice sounds so much better in his studios in the state of Tennessee. The book, The Last Walk on Our Block, is available on Amazon.com and BarnesandNoble.com. It's a Nook, print and Kindle version. And in addition, Ron Baumbach's available for presentations to talk to your group about the people, places, and things from the 1950s, 60s, and 70s. Reach out to Ron. We'll do our best to be there. Have a great week. See you next time on The Last Walk. Remember when.
You better watch out, you better not cry, better not pout, I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is coming to town. He's making a list and checking it twice, gonna find out who's naughty or nice. Santa Claus is coming to town. He sees you when you're sleeping.
dear, the ones who will tell us what we need to hear, the ones who love us, right or wrong, and to all those good friends who give you this song, and to all those good friends who give you this song.